is the one who tells us that we're not good enough and never will be. And it's not true. But the truth is, because of the finished work of Jesus Christ on the cross and his Spirit in you, you are enough. The devil can't take away the promises of God. He can't change the truth of who you are and what you have in Christ. But he can put a question mark at the end of those promises to cause you to question his word, if his word is really true for you. He can put a question mark at the end of God's commands in an attempt to get you to question if his promises are applicable for today. Anytime you have a thought that begins with the words, "Did God really say?" you need to stop and ask yourself, where did that come from? Most of our decisions that lead us in a path away from God's perfect plan begin with this question, just like it did for Eve. Genesis 3:1. We've got to know who the enemy is and understand how he works. He does the very same with you and me that he did with Adam and Eve in the garden. He takes the promises of God, such as, "I am holy and dearly loved," and twists them around in your mind to become, "Am I holy and dearly loved? Can I do all things through Christ who gives me strength? Am I free of condemnation?" When you sense you're putting a question mark at the end of God's promises, grab it with both hands and yank it into an exclamation mark. I am holy and dearly loved. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. I am free from condemnation. What lies have you been believing about yourself? This is in 2 Corinthians 10:5, and we tear down every proud idea that raises itself against the knowledge of God. We also capture every thought and make it give up and obey Christ. What I was reading on this day, and it asked me, based on today's reading, what is the one thing that God is saying to you? It told me in this part of my devotional, do not believe the doubtful thoughts that you are not enough. God says believe what he says and nothing else. The devil and others and even your own mind will tell you lies. Just believe when he says that you're more than enough and you're strong, not alone, and you're meant for something special.